Small steps, but for Ben Baddeley, these are giant strides. A little over a year ago, he could barely walk at all, his limbs contorted by cerebral palsy. Pioneering surgery on the nerves in his spine relaxed his muscles, and now he's able to move more freely. It's no thanks to the NHS.
I am sorry that we have been discussing with you surgery for your son or daughter. Unfortunately, your child's surgery will now not be going ahead at our hospital in the near future.
Just 5 days before he was due to have surgery, and after 2 years of painful physiotherapy to prepare for it, the NHS decided it wouldn't fund the operation after all. It was heartbreaking for the family.
You realise that you've got to tell your little boy, and he worked really hard, and I kept telling him that I know it hurts, but you're having this operation, and this operation's going to take the pain away forever. And to tell him that after all that work you've done, it's not going to happen.
In desperation, the family accepted an £11,000 donation to pay for surgery, not realising that it meant all his rehab would also have to be paid for privately. 3 times a week, a specialist physio stretches and strengthens his muscles. The cost, almost £2,000 a month. At the end of March, the money runs out, the treatment will stop, yet he's come so far.
His walking and his gait pattern probably would have remained very similar to how it was before, which was very flexed, so very bent at his knees and his hips. But obviously it's impossible to say exactly, but
in your opinion,
but without specifically strengthening those muscles that were affected by the spasticity, you wouldn't have got the progress that he's had now.
Ben's parents say he's been caught out by NHS rules and regulations. He's written to the Prime Minister pleading for help. Downing Street says it will respond when it receives his letter. NHS England argues the benefits of the operation are uncertain. Shortly after Ben's surgery was blocked, it started a study of the SDR procedure. It said in a statement, not only does this enable these children to have potentially life-saving surgery, but it also provides a real opportunity to gather vital evidence we need on the effectiveness of the procedure. But Ben is in no doubt. Before the operation, he couldn't even play with his Lego.
Before I couldn't do it that good because my hands are tight, they're like that. I can only move it for that, but I couldn't really move it.
Dozens of other children with cerebral palsy are waiting for surgery. NHS England says it will be March next year at the earliest before it decides whether to restart funding for the operation. Thomas Moore, Sky News in Stoke.
Ben Baddeley only wanted to walk free from pain. Today he walked down Downing Street to deliver his frustration to the Prime Minister about his treatment.
I just wanted to be a normal family again.
This is why we're here, isn't it? Eh?
In 2014, Ben was due to have an NHS operation to cut nerves in his back to improve his walking. The NHS scrapped it, saying it wasn't cost effective. Then a Midlands Today viewer saw this.
It would mean I could do a lot.
He paid for Ben's operation. Shortly after, the NHS agreed to fund some children on a trial. But Ben, now a private patient, had to pay for all his physiotherapy, £50,000 so far. The family feel abandoned by the state.
We pay our national insurance, we pay into the NHS. They've already had the money for the operation, but we're not getting any help at all now. We're just not getting anywhere.
Another child, Asher King, made national news when he went to the Czech Republic for proton therapy treatment for cancer a month after Ben's operation. Like Ben, this was against NHS advice, but unlike Ben, the NHS paid for his treatment. North Staffordshire Clinical Commissioning Group said that the repayment to the Asher King family had been made by NHS England and not by a CCG. Regarding physiotherapy, it said that the family hadn't made an individual funding request, and if it had, nothing yet had been ruled out.
I don't know why they're saying they haven't had it, because I've sent them in. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
They're now hoping that David Cameron can open doors. Michele Paduano, BBC Midlands Today in Downing Street.